Crypto, right? I want to make a video for people that I call Rekt skeptics, right? Like these are the people that came into Bitcoin on a rumor, or even just crypto in general on a rumor. Oh, there's a lot of money being made in crypto, a lot of money being made in Bitcoin. Just put some money in, you're gonna double your money. They were probably told that a bit earlier, but then they didn't really kind of they weren't moved until they probably saw the prices keep going up. Like, oh, what, 38, 40, 40, and then they started to come in when it was probably like high 40s, 50s, and then the rest in the 60s. Bitcoin peaked around 65 and it started coming down. Now, some people that did invest around the 60s immediately start seeing red when they've put their money in the market. They knew investors. They panicked. Some took their money out immediately. Some held on because the people that probably told them to put their money in Bitcoin were telling them, nah, just hold on, it's going to go back up. And they kept holding. But it kept going down. And then they probably came to a point where they were like, wait a minute, if it just goes back to where I put my initial investment in, then I'm going to take all my money out so I don't lose my initial investment. And it never did. And then media started spewing the FUD, which is fear, uncertainty, and doubt. So that made them even panic more. And they kind of, around that time, they probably just got fed up, lost hope, and they just sold at the loss that they felt like, okay, at least let me take some of this. Let me take this back home. And, that's basically it. They got wrecked, fed up, and became skeptics. I don't blame them. I mean, I get it. But the problem is that a lot of you guys came into the market with the wrong mentality. Right, I'm not going to say you came in for the wrong reasons, because we all want to make money, regardless of how much the technology is beautiful and whatnot. We all want to make money. I get it, but you came in with the wrong mentality, right? You didn't have enough information. With these things, you need a bit of conviction. Especially with the way crypto is so volatile, you need some level of conviction. Because if you had the right information about this asset or these assets, you would have known that even in being wrecked, you stood a chance to make your money back. Because right now, if you look at it, the market dipped at got to about 28K. It's now creeping back up. Now, if you had invested to just hold, you would have been starting to get your money back now, right? Obviously, if you leveraged, you got wrecked. Hey, but if you were just hodling, you would have started to make your money back now, right? But obviously, you didn't have enough information. And yeah, it happens. Because that's the problem with that mentality of just wanting to become an overnight millionaire. It's not a healthy mentality. You should get rid of that mentality, right? However, not all hope is lost. Don't just sit there and just be angry at this asset and say, oh, crypto broke my heart. Because the truth is that you broke crypto's heart. Like, you came in for a one-night stand and crypto wanted to get married. and hey. So, but you do actually stand to make your money back. And this is actually a bigger asset than you probably think if you're still skeptical. And I want to show you this chart, right? This chart is a return on a $1,000 investment, right? It's 7 stocks and Bitcoin, where $1,000 was invested in each of these stocks and Bitcoin as an asset, right? And that 1,001 has held over a period of 10 years. And we see the returns from that investment. And listen, if this doesn't move you, or at least make you Bitcoin curious, want to come back in more, learn more, and understand more, I don't know what will. I mean, it's part of it, obviously. It's not everything, but it's part of it. And I just want you to actually understand that it happens. Like being wrecked in crypto, it's almost kind of like the baptism of crypto. Everybody that comes into crypto gets wrecked at some point if you stay in long enough, if you do, because there's a lot of, face it, there's a lot of greed, there's a lot of disinformation, misinformation. So yeah, people get wrecked. And sometimes being wrecked is good, because being wrecked makes you more cautious, and it makes you want to now kind of like understand more. For some, it chases them away totally. And that too, I get it too. But be informed, and this industry will pay you for it. Trust me, it will pay you for it. And you do not want to miss out on this industry, right? let me quit rambling and just show you this chart, and then you tell me what you think, that this is something that you don't want to be a part of. All right. So, right, let's look at this. So it was the 1,000 invested in Amazon, Apple, Gold, Google, Microsoft, S&P 500, and Tesla. Right. Tesla Amazon after 10 years gave you 16,610, Apple 12,930, Gold 996, Google 9,720, Microsoft 14,340, S&P 500 4,600, and Tesla 139,950. Now Bitcoin. Listen, this looks so ridiculous just looking at it. 4,669,480 after 10 years. After 10 years, that's a 466,848% return. Like that number doesn't even sound real. That doesn't even sound real. It's crazy, right? So, I mean, these are some of the things that I keep talking about. Like when I'm saying, look, you need to come back. You need to come back. It's ridiculous, right? It's crazy, but it's real. Right. So did it all go up in one line? One straight line? Of course not. This is Bitcoin, and Bitcoin will Bitcoin, right? So listen to this, right? In 2010, when Bitcoin hit the market, right, it opened at about 0.08 of a cent, something like that. Correct me if I'm wrong, but it was less than a cent. This is in 2010. Can you imagine anyone with a time machine? Because I need to go back to 2010. Knowing what I know now, I'm selling my kidney. I'm selling my left nut. I'm telling you, like, can you imagine under a cent? Like, how much Bitcoin would you have even managed to accumulate with $1, right? But, right, imagine that. And then in 2011, it hit $1 in about April. And I think 3 months after that, June-ish or whatever, it hit $32. That's 3,200% price increase. I mean, the numbers even sound mad just talking about them in the space of 3 months. Where do you even hear of price rises like that? 3,200%, right? That's crazy. But 3 months down the line, it crashed from 32 to $2. I mean, this it's crazy, right? But those are that's the kind of volatility that you get with Bitcoin, with crypto in general, you know. And then now to cut a long story short, right? You just have to think. Despite all those violent ups and downs, right? This is an asset that started at under a cent in 2010. And 2021, 11 years later, it's 65K. I mean, come on. I put some respect on its name. Like, is that something that you feel, that you think is worthless or just has no value? I mean, think about it, right? It's insane to even think anything other than that. It's insane, right? So I'm just giving you that. Like, if you knew those price drops and rises, like, what's 65K to 30K? That's nothing. That's baby food, right? So once you start to know your asset, you start to kind of have those diamond hands. That's how you get diamond hands in the conviction, when you know some of these things, the history and the journey and the fundamentals of it. You start to actually now have diamond hands. You don't get diamond hands by being told to just have diamond hands, right? So you have to be convicted yourself. Now, if you came now into the market, you'll probably be an early adopter, which is good. The innovators made loads of money, and they still are. I don't know, it's probably somewhere maybe just on the line of early adopter and early majority that you'd be. Like, I think it's yeah. But you just don't want to be late majority and late comers. You don't, right? So get into this, be a part of the movement, and understand the asset, And trust me, like if you think about it, remember when internet started? And a lot of people were like, oh no, internet is for the devil, internet is just for porn. And people were just bashing it and bashing it. But the wise people invested in internet stocks. And look what happened to those stocks. They shot up, they made money. People started into online businesses. Those people that innovated online businesses, they made business easier and they increased their business. They increased their business basically, and they made a killing off it. So don't always be a skeptical. Learn from history. Learn from that. Right, this is something that you definitely want to be a part of. Understand it, get to know a little bit. If you don't even want to know the technology and everything like that, just make money off it, because this is like betting on the future, and you have caught it as an early adopter, right? So I think that's all I have to say. I hope that kind of like at least sparks some kind of interest and kind of gets you want to come back, because like, you don't make the same mistake of trying to come when it's peaked again and then lose again. Seriously, learn from mistakes and understand the power of the asset. Okay, my name is Titch, and I'm out, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.